Welcome to the Zermatt Summit. This is a very important issue that you'll be discussing, how to humanize globalization. Wish you all the success. Grameen is a Bengali word, Bangla word. It means village. In early years when I was struggling with the banking system, one of the arguments that I was making that the banks are designed to be urban banks. They don't keep rural areas in their mind, so they operate only in the urban area. In Bangladesh, where 15% of the population live in the urban areas, remaining 85% live in the rural areas. They don't seem to have any banking facility. Then government created along the way agricultural bank. And I'll say again, that's wrong. If it is representing the activity of a rural area, then agriculture is not the only activity in the rural area. If there is a bank for agriculture in the rural area, there should be a bank for manufacturing in the rural area, bank for trading in the rural area, bank for fishing in the rural area. So you open up the whole subject. Why don't you make one bank which does all the activities of the rural area and call it a rural bank, which in Bangla it translates as a Grameen bank. So this is one issue that I was raising. When I started it, so I thought this is what I should do, try to create a bank which addresses all issues, not just agriculture, not just one other aspect. So I called it Grameen Bank. We wanted to bring the financial services to the poor people, which didn't exist, still doesn't exist in most of the countries, because bankers believe that giving loans to poor people would not be worthwhile because they are not creditworthy, they won't be able to pay you back. It won't be business of the kind that they would like to have. So we went ahead and did it and demonstrated that it can be done and created a bank, village bank or Grameen Bank. And this is owned by the borrowers. So we made lots of differences in creating this bank. We almost did everything the other way. Whatever conventional banks do, we do the opposite way. Conventional banks go to the rich, we go to the poor. And they always try to find the richest person to do the business. We always look for the poorest person to do the business. Conventional banks go to men mostly, we go to women. Conventional banks work in the city centers, we go to the rural areas. Conventional banks want the borrowers to come to work, come to do business at their premises. We go to the doorsteps of the borrowers. So you can see piece by piece, we are very different. Conventional banks want collateral. We say we don't need collateral. But it's banking because we provide the banking services, they create opportunities for income generation, and the bank recovers its cost and makes profit. And the bank is owned by the poor people. So the profit goes back to them. Grameen Bank doesn't take money from anywhere. We lend out over $100 million a month. Each year, over $1 billion in loans. And we don't take money from the government. We don't borrow money from anybody. We don't take any money from international agencies. We just take deposits local. Each branch takes their deposits in the locality and lends the money to the poor people and make profit. Profit goes back to the borrower. And that's how we do that. The idea has spread all over the world, so we were always told that it cannot be done in the USA because it's a very different kind of society, and poverty is not the same in Bangladesh as it is in the USA. So what we did in 2008, January, we started a program, Grameen program, in New York City, in Queens, and started giving loans. This is January 2008. We didn't know a few months later, the big banks will start melting away. So while the Grameen program was expanding and flourishing, the big banks which said that they are the only one who knows how to do banking, they are melting away, collapsing. So it kind of raises the question, who are really the creditworthy people, whether the poor without collateral, they are the creditworthy, or rich with lots of collateral and the big banks, they are the creditworthy because they cannot recoup their money. Even after 2.5 years now of the financial crisis, or 2 years after the financial crisis, microfinance organizations all around the world is doing pretty good. They were not affected by this crisis. As the conventional banks, we did that. So you have to now rethink which is a real business and what is not, what works for people, what doesn't, who are creditworthy people, who are not. So it opens up the whole issue now. When I met Frank Gribaud in 2004 in Paris, we were talking about Grameen Bank. He was curious about Grameen Bank. He wanted to know about it. And I wanted to know more about Danone, because I had no idea what Danone does. And at one point in discussion, I said, why don't we do something together? A company, a joint venture company with the Grameen Danone name in Bangladesh, because you do not operate in Bangladesh. He immediately agreed, let's do that. And I said, but I have some more things to say. He said, what? I said, this will be a social business. He said, what is a social business? Then I explained that you can do this, but this will be focused on solving a problem, not making money out of it. You won't get any money out of it as a profit. We won't get any money out of it as profit. But company will make profit, we'll get back our original investment and nothing beyond that. And this will be focused on helping overcome the problems that we face in Bangladesh. He agreed again. He said, I agree. So out of that came the Grameen Danone company in Bangladesh. We produce yogurt to solve the problem of malnutrition among the children of Bangladesh. Half the children of Bangladesh are malnourished. Most of them are severely malnourished. So the way Danone has done, produced this yogurt, put all the micronutrients which are missing in the children into this yogurt. Vitamin, iron, zinc, iodine, etc. And make it very cheap, so that even the poorest child can eat this yogurt. If a child eats 2 cups of this yogurt over a week and continues to do so over the next 8 and 9 months, child gets back all the macronutrients and becomes a healthy child. The malnutrition is overcome. So this is the whole idea, is the objective of the company, to get malnourished children out of malnourished situation. And that's what we have been doing. And as a business, it recovers its cost. We are coming very close to the break-even point right now. And we are setting up the second plant and the third plant. First plant is fully used. And we are very happy. Children love the yogurt. And we can reach out to the poor people. And that's the whole purpose of the company. And that's why it's a social business. I've been talking about the new kind of business, that the world has only one kind of business because economists created one concept of business, business to make money. And I'm saying this is a misinterpretation of human beings. Human beings are not one-dimensional beings. They are not just money-making machines. All they do is make money. I said human beings are multidimensional beings. But this multidimensionality is not reflected within the economic theory that we have created. So that has to be amended, that has to be corrected, so that real human being is put in place rather than an artificial, single-minded human being is in charge of the human destiny. So I was talking about the selfishness, that we have all of us have the elements of selfishness. And economists took that idea of selfishness and built the whole theory of business on top of it. Everything is for me, nothing for others. So I'm trying to grab everything for me. Everything is pulled down to myself. I said, while people are selfish, they're at the same time selfless. Every one of us, they have this strong element of selflessness. You may look from outside that he or she doesn't look like a selfless person. It's only because we blocked it out, because our training, our education, our conceptualization all happened in that way that we forgot that thing exists in us. So it looked like the way economists designed the person in the economic theory. The moment you open this idea of businesses to be created on the basis of selflessness, this thing will keep coming back again. And that will be a business for helping others in solving problems that we see around us. Nothing to gain myself. It's not for personal benefit for me. So I'm calling it social business.